All right, here we are. Holiday update. It is Christmas Eve. Yay, Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is wonderful, I guess. But Christmas Eve, what does Christmas mean to me? Christmas Eve means the end of the Concept 2 Holiday Challenge. And I'm grateful. I enjoy all of the challenges. Some are harder than others. This one isn't especially hard on the surface, but I think I've talked about it on here. I ramp it up just a little bit. I do a little more than what's asked, and in spite of the pain, it's enjoyable to me. So anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. 300,000 meters in a month. So let's do the math here. That means three in a month. So that's 363.6 million. Am I doing the math right on that? If I did that over the course of a year? Well, guess what? I'm not doing that over the course of a year. I've been averaging like 2 to 2.5 million a year, somewhere in there. And I actually was looking last night, and I'm not going to get that this year. And by year, I mean rowing year, which is May through the end of April. I guess that's like competitive rowing season, so they just do it that way. Because for quite a while earlier this calendar year, I just wasn't rowing that much. I got away from it. I was walking more, I was doing the elliptical and the bike more, and I just didn't row or ski quite as much. And I kind of regret it. I enjoy it. There's a sense of reward there. And yeah. So I am committing myself to more rowing from now until the day I die. That said, I'm also, pardon me, I'm also thinking of doing something just a little different. I'm not usually a New Year's resolution kind of guy. I probably say that every year, and I still do some sort of New Year's resolution. But I already have my wall calendars. I like to use, actually they're desk calendars that I put on the wall, so there's bigger area to write. And I want to put some things on there now for the course of next year, just to commit myself to doing some of those things, giving myself some deadlines. I tend to not do well with not having a deadline. I always, even in schools, like I would maybe wait till last minute, but when there was a deadline, I got it done by the deadline. And I think that's what I want to do. Pardon me. I also want to commit myself over the course of the next year to do some of the projects that I have delayed doing. Some things that are just little around the house projects, a couple of my garage gym projects, and hopefully sometime soon I'm gonna put a treadmill in my garage gym, and that's not going to happen without some rearranging and some downsizing of equipment that I don't need or use. And it's going to be the end of my elliptical too, I believe. I got that elliptical I think I've had that elliptical for about 15 years. I didn't pay anything for it, so it's been the best bargain ever. Commercial grade elliptical, 15 years with no cost. Now, I could put some money into it because the electronics don't work, but I've never worried about the electronics, because if I'm really wanting to exercise that hard, I'll just use my heart rate monitor and make sure that I'm pushing my pace. but I don't usually do the elliptical that way. It's just a way of movement. It still gets my heart rate elevated. I don't need a machine to tell me that my heart rate's elevated. So, yeah, the elliptical is going to probably have to make way for the treadmill, but I also want to move out of the garage some other things that I don't use. I have a dumbbell rack that's begging to be put together so I can get my dumbbells that are under my other rack and put them all on one rack. Yes, I have a dumbbell rack and it has most of my dumbbells on it, but there's a few that just rest under the rack. And yeah, I want to get rid of that. And yeah, a couple other little things. I want to mount the TV up on the wall, and that would clear up some floor space. Anyway, a couple other little projects here and there. I want to go ahead and commit to knocking them out this year. So yeah, that's going to be one of my projects to do this week, is in preparation of projects for the rest of next year. But anyway, today is Christmas Eve, as I mentioned. I'm going to spend time with my family outside of my family. Does that make sense? My non-genetic family, whatever you want to call it. And very grateful that they allowed me to make some things to contribute to the food that we will all be eating, or most of us will. And I did a smoked mac and cheese, and I made one of my mother's cheese balls, and then just on a whim I had some sausage that was cut into coins and went ahead and smoked that too. So lots of fat and protein and not a whole lot of carbs coming from me. Yes, I used diabetic friendly noodles for the mac and cheese. Shh, don't tell anybody. But it's loaded with cheese. And at the same time, yesterday while I was cooking stuff, I went ahead and made dinner that will be served at my house tomorrow for us. A big old thing of baked spaghetti. So anyway, looking forward to that too. I might have to do my legs tomorrow to indulge in all that pasta. And I'm probably going to have to say goodbye to hoping to weigh less this coming January 1 than I did the previous January 1. But that's okay, because I'm committed to getting back on track and getting that weight off, and hopefully make life a little easier for my feet and hips and knees. Anyway, so that's just me rambling. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And have a Merry Christmas.